Most people lower their voice when they catch themselves talking out loud alone, like it is something to be ashamed of. But science keeps finding the same pattern. The people who do it most are often the ones thinking most deeply. Today, we are looking at 7 traits that quietly show up in people who talk to themselves. By the end of this, you might stop seeing this habit as strange altogether. Trait 1. Higher self-awareness. Psychologists call it reflective awareness. When you talk to yourself, you split in two. One part lives the moment. Another steps back and watches. That split is rare. Most people move through the day reacting without ever pausing to ask why. The self-talker pauses. They ask. Every quiet conversation with yourself is a small act of turning inward rather than away. Trait 2. Sharper problem solving. When you say a problem out loud, half-formed thoughts have to become real sentences. And real sentences expose the gaps. Researchers call this the self-explanation effect. The moment a flawed plan hits the air, it sounds wrong in a way it never did inside your head. Your own voice becomes a quality check running in real time. The wall you were stuck at suddenly has a door in it. Trait 3. Emotional regulation. Psychologist Ethan Cross at the University of Michigan found something striking. When people talk to themselves using their own name instead of the word I, they create distance from the emotion. They stop drowning in the feeling and start coaching themselves through it. Less anxiety, better performance, faster recovery. The same brain that was about to spiral talked itself back down. That is not weakness. That is a mind managing itself in real time. Trait 4. Deeper creativity. Creativity is the act of connecting things that do not obviously belong together. Speaking out loud lets you argue with yourself. Ask what if, and then answer in a completely different voice. When an idea stays locked inside your head, it tends to circle the same familiar grooves. Spoken out loud, it has to take a shape. And that shape can be twisted, challenged, and combined with something it had no business touching. That is where new things come from. Trait 5. Stronger focus. In one study, people who said the name of the object they were searching for out loud found it faster than those who stayed silent. The spoken word sharpened attention and pulled the target right out of the noise. Athletes have known this for years. Short cues spoken quietly to yourself measurably improve performance. Your own voice becomes a coach steering your mind back to what matters the instant it starts to drift. And that coach is always there. Trait 6. Independent thinking. People who regularly talk to themselves build the habit of running decisions through their own judgment first before looking outward for answers. They get comfortable with the sound of their own reasoning. They learn to test it, question it, and trust it when it holds up. Over time, that creates something uncommon. A person who does not need outside approval to feel certain. In a world designed to tell you what to think every waking second, hearing your own voice over the noise is almost an act of quiet resistance. Trait 7. A drive to keep growing. Notice the thread connecting everything. The self-aware person examines themselves. The problem solver catches their own mistakes. The emotionally steady person coaches themselves through the hard moment. Put it all together and you get someone who is always in quiet conversation with the person they are trying to become. After a hard day, they replay it. Before a big moment, they rehearse. When they fail, they ask what the failure has to teach them. That inner dialogue is not idle chatter. It is a feedback loop. And real growth lives inside it. So the next time you catch yourself talking out loud when nobody is around, do not reach for embarrassment. Reach for curiosity instead, because what the world calls strange might be one of the most useful things your mind has ever quietly learned to do. If this felt like it was written for you, subscribe. Every video here is made for the person who is still trying to understand themselves. Drop a comment below. Do you talk to yourself? And which of these 7 feels most like you?